look at the model solutions. Because basically, if you just look, say, at question 1, you can see how the questions are done. So from that you can see, firstly, what kind of questions you can be asked. You can see how they're done. Also what kind of time it takes to do the questions. So when you go through the various solutions, you can kind of see, okay, the first few questions are pretty quick. So I think I want to do the first few because they only seem to take about 10 minutes to do, and then you already know you've gone through 4 or 5 questions. Then you can see there the trickier questions later on, they're bigger. And you can kind of see how long does it take to go through the whole exam. So it kind of makes it all that bit more real. You can also look at the lessons. But that kind of depends on what you're doing. So for example, if you're at the B or an A level, well then you can just look at the smaller points, the little things that you're not so sure on. Otherwise, you can just look at the basic stuff from the different strands. So if you're just trying to get a pass or a C, you can just go through the early parts from each of the strands and pick up that material. So at least you know the main jargon, and you can kind of do the core theory related to whatever topic or strand you're working with. But that way you can customize how you use the system depending on where you are and what you're trying to do. And particularly at this moment where you have the exam a couple of weeks away, well then at that stage it's more about dotting the I's and crossing the T's. You're not going to be trying to learn 2 years worth of maths like in a couple of weeks. You've got to focus on what your strategy is. So if you're just trying to secure your pass and maybe get a C, that kind of stuff, then pick your 3 questions or 4 topics that you want to focus on and make sure that they're at a good level. And you can do that by looking at the worked out model solutions and then identifying the things that you need to know, and then look at the lessons. So depending on where you are, you decide and then do the appropriate work. This kind of system is very handy. I mean, I've used it myself for various courses because it's very quick. Typically the lessons, if you just look at the model solutions for a question, it's only 10 minutes long. So it's not very strenuous. You can just fit it in to your day. Also, you can ask questions. So it's not just like a book where I'll just read what's written there and I have to figure out everything myself. You can just post questions and get them sorted out, which is a vast improvement compared to, again, just static books. It is interactive. Also, do questions. You have to actually work through questions yourself. It's very easy to just say, oh, I get it. But the question you're going to be asked is going to be different to the one that you've seen. So you've got to learn how to actually figure out questions yourself. And that will be using the book that you use in school. That already has an excellent collection of questions in it. So if you can work your way through the problems that are there, then you're well set. And basically, repeat. Pick a topic, watch the model solutions, look at the lessons, do the questions, and then move on to another topic and do the same. So in that way you can just work your way through the entire syllabus and you're in great shape.